Hello and welcome to episode 526 of Contending at the Water Cooler. I'm your host, Clarence Moy, and I am joined by the other two M's. So, M's, let's go around the cooler and tell the listeners who you are and where they can find you on the internet. We'll start with the one being attacked by a black cat.
Hello, I'm Joey Moser. Welcome to my home. And here is, oh, there he goes. He knows I can pick him up. My cat might make an appearance. His name is Wadsworth, but he is not on the internet. I am. And you can find me at Joey Moser 83.
You need an Instagram for him or something.
Yeah.
And you have one for Neville, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Where's the one for Wadsworth?
Jason's just like, you know what, Neville, if your dad decides to keep updating your Instagram, you might become famous. And I was like, shut. Way to put something else on me. But I hope he heard that.
Megan.
Hi, I'm Megan McLaughlin. You can find me everywhere at Hey Dude Meg. I also hope that Joey has a stalker that's like, oh my God, I'm inside his house. I'm gonna dissect everything that's on his wall.
Thank you.
It's me.
I mean,
I'm the stalker.
How very Ed Gein of you.
It's one of two things. It's either gay art or an actress winning Best Actress.
Yes, that's true. Yeah. Like,
Yay. Yay. A whole wall of drag queens over here.
There we go. See?
If I ever had a stalker, though, they would actually get into my house and be like, hey, I'm here. Oh, my God. What the fuck?
They'd be like, I'm scared.
Yeah, exactly.
And again, I'm Clarence Moy. You can find me on Twitter at Clarence Moy. Welcome. How are you guys?
Good. How are you doing?
Good, how are you?
I'm doing all right. Thank you. We have a lot to talk about this week, so I think we should hop right to it. We have a little bit of a potpourri podcast. So I wanted to start with Diane Keaton, who passed away shockingly early. Like, some celebrities, when you understand that is coming, like with, even though he died in a very weird and horrible way, Gene Hackman, you knew that was coming. The man was 90 and didn't look.
He was beyond 90, I think.
Yeah. Jack Nicholson, it's coming any year now. But Diane Keaton in her 70s, just looked to be in the prime of health, looked fantastic every time I'd seen her. Obviously, we don't know. I don't think we know yet the cause of death. But as soon as actually, I got this bizarre contextless tweet from Jalal that's like, I didn't know she was that old. I'm so shocked. And I'm like, okay, who died? Because I don't know what because I was driving a car at the time and he says Diane Keaton. I'm like, have you talked to Megan? Is she okay? And that is the first thing I said. So what I wanted to do was
Thank you for caring.
I knew there are two people that I think, if you want to know Megan, in my opinion, as someone who has known her for 10 years, not Joey, who's known her half his life, but as somebody who is over half his life, as somebody who has known you for 10 years, if you want to know who Megan is, two people. One, Tina Fey, especially Tina Fey in 30 Rock.
Yes.
And two, Diane Keaton in everything.
Yes, in everything. I literally, when I looked at my phone, I went, no. Like, that is exactly what I said, because I just gotten out of Spider-Woman. I'm just going to call it Spider-Woman. And I was so excited, exhilarated from that movie. I think I was texting Joey, and then I saw that, texted Joey again, and was like, Diane Keaton, oh my God. And then I called my mom as I relay in the little piece that I wrote up that, like, she's like family, Diane Keaton, and so many people. Oh God, the tributes are still coming in, and that happened Saturday, and my feed is still filled with Diane Keaton stuff, and also could be because I'm a Diane Keaton enthusiast, but like I feel like it's more people that like maybe weren't fans that were realizing they were fans after the fact, but yeah, I'm still very sad about it, and my dog ate my remote, and I'm waiting to get my new remote back. This is number 7, and I'm waiting so I can watch Baby Boom and Love and Death and stuff, and I am just like waiting for the remote should come. It should have come yesterday, and I'm waiting for it today, and I'm just like, I want my remote.
Maybe you should order more than one.
Yeah, I'd have one on standby.
Well,
I
I
would
also
keep
I bought
one on my
Does your
person.
TV not have buttons on it in the back or something?
I don't know how it works in the back. It's hard. And this is a very Diane Keaton type of story, actually, now that
Yeah.
I think about it.
Well,
But but I bought no chew spray that I'm going to put on my on the remotes so the dog will not want to chew it. So that's the plan. That's the new plan. Yeah.
Wow. 7.
Yeah.
So, what I thought we'd do to start off with is talk about some of our favorite films of hers. I mean, Megan, I know yours. One of yours is going to be the Love and
Love and
Death.
Death.
Love and Death.
Yes,
Yeah.
Love and Death.
But go around and sort of say kind of what film was our introduction to Diane Keaton and what is our favorite, and then of course you two have seen Kiss of the Spider Woman. I have listened to the soundtrack, so you guys can talk about the film. We've got Monster, the Ed Gein story, and
I want to talk like this, Clarence. I can't do the voice.
well, I want you to
That's it.
know
That's
that I'm really sad, and I'm gonna go skin my mother. Okay. Sorry. I cannot dig my mother up. She is ashes.
it.
Sorry, that was too dark. And then Megan, talk about the Chair Company, a new
Yes,
show.
we'll
So
talk about that too.
we go dark, and then let's end light. And then, of course, with the
Yes.
flash forward to the media we're most anticipating in the upcoming week. So, Diane Keaton. That's my background is black in honor of Diane Keaton. Um, Joey, since Megan has written an entire piece, Megan, this way, has written an entire piece about Diane Keaton, which everyone should go and read on the site. Joey, what was your first exposure to Diane Keaton, and what is your favorite film if they are not the same?
I honestly think the first, this isn't, uh, I guess maybe the first thing that I remember seeing her in is the gayest thing that I could see her in.
First Wives Club?
Live Club. Because that came out in like 96.
Yeah, I think
And
so.
I was like 12 or 13. No, I was 13. And like a little faggot, I was really obsessed with it. Um, and she was always the one that I liked the most because she was the nice one. She was the pushover. She was I mean, I could like the amount of times that I have very dramatically and without context just gone, "Oh," that no one knows what that is when she's yelling at Seventh Heaven pedophile dad and Marsha Gay Harden for their affair. Um, so that is the first introduction that I had to her, I think. And I just love how we're fucking Christ. I love how sorry, cat. We are eulogizing an icon. Um I just loved how awkward and embarrassed she was at that as that character. I just thought that was very endearing and sweet. My favorite performance of hers that I realized that I really loved her though was Manhattan Murder Mystery. That is my favorite. That's my favorite He Who Must Not Be Named movie. Woody Allen. I just rewatched it like a month ago, and it was just she's so like fearless in that movie. She's a character who doesn't want to I don't say doesn't want to be like shoved aside, but kind of is. It's the kind of character who is so smart and really gutsy, which I would find out later is a lot of her characters, a lot of her that she puts into her characters. A lot of other things, like I love her. I was watching Father of the Bride today, because she's just so lovely in it, and just looking at her filmography. One of my other favorites is The Family Stone. She does, and I tweeted this, but I don't know if people understand what that is, but she has this really great monologue where she tells her deaf gay son that like he is more normal, I'm using air quotes here, than anybody else in part of the family. And the way that she got his attention, because his eyes were like down because he was sad. They're at a dinner table and she throws a fork at him. And after she realizes that like he's okay, and I would love to know if this is in the script or not, but it's this throwaway line where Diane Keaton just goes, "I need a fork." It's just like this really funny random thing that I love. And it's just like she's the type of person like it didn't matter like if the movie was bad, she was always like the best part of everything. And like I don't know, hanging up.
Oh, she directed that one too.
Yeah.
I liked Hanging Up. I know it got a lot of
I
shit,
did
but
too.
that was
No.
also Walter Matthau's last film, I believe.
Mm.
I thought he was so good in that one. I wanted to say, I wanted to jump, or are you going to say anything? I wanted to say that my
I don't
first
think
one.
there's a movie that I think no one knows. Well, not no one knows, but I really found it during, I think it was during the pandemic, was Five Flights Up with Morgan Freeman,
I
where
wanted to see that one too.
it's, have you seen it?
No, I wanted to see it though. It
Oh,
looked
I
like
love it. I rented it off of like Redbox, and it was like they've lived in this like five-floor walk up in New York for years. And they might have to give it up because her husband, Morgan Freeman, can't go up and down the stairs anymore. And it's just a really lovely movie. And also, I will say, the movie Palms that came out in 2019, she reminded me of my mom so much in that movie. And I don't know if it was like her hair. I don't know if it was a physical trait or not. I saw it at like a dollar theater when I lived in Rochester, and I was like alone with a bunch of little old ladies, and I just like sobbed in the theater watching that movie. So I don't know, she was just like the fucking best. And I'm so upset that she's gone.
Absolutely. Megan, you wanted to jump in?
I just want to jump in and say the first movie I ever saw with her, I think, was Baby Boom, and
Uh,
I think like I always wanted to be that character who like has it all in some way and like I always figured if I had kids they would be like bequeathed to me like I somehow like in a raising Helen situation, which is kind of what Baby Boom is. But I thought that that was like the dream, that she has this farmhouse and she's like on her own and she meets the hot Sam Shepard, and she's raising this kid and she's also like a businesswoman. I just thought that was like the dream. And Nancy Meyers, of course, is the one who directed that. But that was my first one, and my mom's the one who introduced me to that. So I just wanted to say that.
And your favorites is, of course, Love and Death.
Love and Death, but I also love Manhattan Murder Mystery. I think Something's Got to Give probably is her best. Well, like overall, like if you're like, oh God, it's like that between that and Love and Death. I think I go back and forth. Like comedy, just straight comedy, like Love and Death, but like for this like really nuanced role that's like has dramatic moments and comedy is, I think Something's Got to Give is her best one.
My first exposure to her is probably, I don't think she's been, I mean, I can't think of anything that she's been outwardly bad. And I think she's always very, very good. But my first exposure to her was The Godfather. And it probably is my favorite role of hers, not necessarily within that first film, but the way that she forced what is on paper a standard stereotypical wife character.
Yeah.
And she gradually, over the course of the trilogy, she enforced that, imbued that with strength and personality, and became something of the moral opposition to Michael Corleone. It's one of my favorite scenes in a film where The Godfather closes, where Michael has ascended to power after his father has died, and they very clearly separate her from the room. They throw her, they close his office door, and the film closes on the door, shutting on her. And it is such a brilliant image that
It
tells
really,
so much in that one little shot.
and I think so many like other movies have like ripped that scene off, or just like it's always parodied. Like it's just like such an iconic scene, an
It is.
underrated iconic scene, which if that could be anything.
It is
Um,
absolutely.
yeah.
But like I said, I don't think she's ever been outwardly bad in anything. I mean, I haven't seen her last couple of films, like The Book Club and things like that. But
She's fun in Book Club too. I remember that being a fun movie. I did want to say I think it's funny that Al Pacino now has said that like he wished he would have like married her. And like that, like now that she's gone, he's like, oh, I wish I would have married her. It's like
Well, I don't
asshole.
think she could have. I don't
I don't
know.
think they would have stayed together anyway, because
No.
he needs to have babies in his 80s. That's his movie.
Oh,
Babies in his 80s.
God.
baby's in his
Um,
80s.
I think he's having another baby, isn't he? I think he's having another baby.
80s
Is he?
for Brady in your
Yeah.
80s. Um, I will say that a lot of like Diane Keaton interviews and stuff have been popping up everywhere on my TikTok, my algorithm, because I was just like putting up like picture after picture on my Instagram story because I realized how sad I was as I kept thinking about it. And like I remember when she won her Golden Globe, and I went back and watched it today when she won her Golden Globe for Something's Gotta Give, and she was just like, I've been. It's so something like I love that I'm being rediscovered by Nancy Myers playing a woman at 57 who's like easy to love, or like I tweeted something about her reaction to her nomination from Marvin's Room, which I've never seen that movie. Um, and then what was the other thing? Oh, I watched an interview with her with Oprah Winfrey that was so funny that I don't think I've ever seen, where like Oprah's just laughing at her the whole time because she's such an entertaining person. So if anybody hasn't seen that, they should look it up because it's really funny.
I don't know what I was more shocked at, the death of Diane Keaton or the fact that you, Joey, have not seen Marvin's Room. Like
Yeah, I'm surprised
canon
by that
in
too.
the actressy film
Yeah,
series.
I honestly just
I haven't
forget
seen
that
it.
that movie exists because I think the reason why she laughs at herself and when they show her Oscar clip is she is wearing a capital WIG wig in that movie. But it is like it is her, it's Meryl Streep and Leonardo DiCaprio. Like, how the fuck have I not seen that movie? I
Yeah,
don't think I've seen that movie. If I haven't, I forgot everything about it.
You should see it. It's
Who else
fine.
is in it?
I
Oh,
should
it's
see it
got
too.
like Hume Cronin, Gwen Verdon, Robert De Niro, a lot of people.
Wow.
Big cast. Big cast. Cynthia Nixon, Margot Martindale,
How have I
Dan
not seen
Hedaya.
this? Oh, I hate myself. Kelly Ripa. We were just saying people's names, so I thought she deserves it. Stop it.
Oh my God. I'll talk about this. Remind me to say something about Mark Consuelo when we get to the flash forward to the TV you're most anticipating in the upcoming week or the
Okay.
media. Anyway, so as I said before, go read Megan's piece on the site about her relationship to Diane Keaton. It's very touching. So,
Thanks.
and I have to ask, you didn't say this in the piece. How did your mother react when you told her to sit down?
She said, "Oh God, no." She was just like, "No, no, no." I'm like, "That's exactly what my reaction was." And then she's just like, "I'm gonna cry." She kept saying, "I'm gonna cry," and and then I forget. And then I went home. I was like driving home, and I'm like, "I gotta call Joey." I was like, "I gotta write this out." I knew I was gonna write out something. I asked David for his blessing so I could write an obit for Diane Keaton. And so I'm like, I gotta write this out. I'll call you back. And then she was like calling everybody she knew because we all
Yeah,
love her.
you were
So
the one who told me I yelled in the car. We were driving to West Virginia this weekend, and like Jason was driving, and he was like, "Oh my God, what?" I was like, "Diane Keaton died." He's like, "Oh, so everything's fine in the car?" And I'm like, "Oh,
wait, were
yeah."
you driving? Well,
I wasn't driving,
I just picture you going, bah!
pretty much, and like, just crashed the car off of a hill.
That would have been a total Diane Keaton reaction to Diane
Yes.
Keaton's death.
Yeah.
Mhm. Did you guys see that supercut of like her like not
Shrieking?
yelling and screaming, but it's like her
Yes.
shrieking? I
Yes.
watched that like 3 times in a row because it's so delightful.
I love her scene of her crying during Something's
Yeah.
Gotta Give.
The
I know
hysterical crying.
my dad hates it. He's like, "Oh, it's so
Oh
annoying."
God.
And I'm like, "Oh, but like it's so funny because I find it so relatable that she's just like, oh, and then she like starts to like, okay, yeah, I've got this together. And then she's like, ah! like,
I
it's
love
great.
that. Mm.
All right. Let's jump to our next topic, which will be Kiss of the Spider Woman. So, Joey, what is Kiss of the Spider Woman?
Gay. Um,
It is like the
Kiss.
gayest movie ever.
Yeah.
It
Yes,
really
it
is.
is.
So Kiss of the Spider Woman is an adaptation of a book that was adapted into a musical,
Nope.
and now
That was
what?
adapted
First, it was
into a
adapted
movie.
into a movie.
Oh wait, hold on. Book, movie, musical.
Back
Yes.
to
That's
movie.
that
Yep.
is that back to movie. They've hairsprayed it. We've hairsprayed it. Um. So it is about a queer man who is hold on, pulling up a page to look at. Um. It is about a prisoner. His name is Luis Molina, who is played by I lost his name. Excuse me,
Tomatua.
Tona Tiwa, who is gets a new. He's arrested for like exposing himself. And he gets a new cellmate played by Diego Luna, who is a political prisoner and activist, and named Valentine. And as they talk and get to know each other, um, you understand that Melina is in love with the movies, and in particular, he's in love with a one movie star named Ingrid Luna, who is in one movie called Kiss of the Spider Woman, where she plays multiple parts. And it is sort of about how they use their love of her and their love of cinema to keep like hope alive till he gets out of prison. Um, if you really think about this is a film about queer actress devotion. Sorry. Um, so so it's a the Kiss of the Spider Woman, the movie within the movie is a big lavish musical, and it's sort of about how Melina and Valentine get closer because of this movie that Melina loves. My dog is driving the children. I'm so sorry. The children are driving me fucking crazy. That is the sort of I think basic plot without giving anything away. If no one has seen the movie or musical or read the book,
So, question for you. You said, and again, I haven't seen it. And there's one thing that bothered me when I listened to the soundtrack. Does Valentine immediately have that same adoration for that character that Molina
no,
does, or does he? Okay, okay,
He never
he
really.
no, he
yeah,
never really does. Like Valentine
Yeah.
is sort of he thinks that the way that like women were treated and the women's roles in movies of like 1950s musicals is very misogynistic and very it does not pave the way for equality. Whereas Molina is very much like he even talks about in a scene about how women don't want to be equal. They want to be like they want like sort of like I don't say men tell them what to do, but there's sort of a sort of thing there. I don't know, Megan, if you can remember that at all.
Yeah, I do. He says something like, "But women like, sometimes we want to be feminine. We want to
Yeah.
be look glamorous and stuff." He kind of presents a different side of it, which I thought was interesting. But because there's also more with that character too that has to do with I don't know how much we want to go into because I do want people to see this and discover
If
it for
they
themselves.
can find it
Yeah,
now.
it was hard to. It was not at my local AMC. I had to go to a different, like an
Really?
independent theater. It was not at AMC. Good Boy was not there either, which I think is very strange. But I had to seek it out. The luxury theaters in West Mifflin, actually, and the seating was very nice. It was a nice little theater. Um, I like your synopsis, by the way. That was very good. So you liked it then?
I did. I think it takes a little while to settle into well, it's not even playing at the manor. What the fuck?
I know.
Um I think it takes a little bit to get into the switching back and forth
Yeah.
because it is Melina. Because I feel like the whole time you're watching it, you're kind of like craving that. Like,
Yeah,
I
like
want to see J
where
Lo.
is
I want to see
she?
the where is she? Because
Yeah.
it feels like they in the ads and stuff they really like pump that up a lot, singing and dancing and blah blah blah. And I thought because Melina is explaining to Valentine about like the plot of Kiss of the Spider Woman, the movie that he loves, and so Valentine keeps interrupting him. He keeps asking questions, and I feel like for me as an audience member, I was like, "Shut the fuck up, straight man! Just let the homo talk." Complimentary. Let the homo talk about the movie that he loves. Shut the fuck up. Um, that's me just arguing with straight men on film for their shut up. But yeah, I really I liked it a lot. I after I settled into it, I haven't seen I've never seen the musical live. I've only seen like bootleg stuff here and there. And I have not seen the movie in forever. I forgot William Hurt was in it. It's William Hurt and Raul
He won
Julia,
the
and
Oscar.
he won the Oscar. Yeah. Um, but I think that we might talk about this in a bit, but like I think my favorite thing about the movie, I think uh, Tonatia is incredible. I think that they do a really good job of showing a lot of vulnerability while also showing how Melina's passion is very strong for that. And I have to say, my other thing that I loved about it is that these musical numbers, which people can take or leave, hand or nab, all they want. I'm sure I saw somebody online today be like, "It's no Chicago," and it took me everything, and I was like, "It's not trying to be, you dumb fuck." Um, but the way that Bill Condon directs a lot of the musical numbers, you see J Lo from top to bottom. There is no question that she's not working her ass off, and like a lot of times, like the camera's really high up and shooting
Mm-hmm.
down. A friend that we went with said something along the lines of, it took him a while to understand that it's supposed to be a set, and I rolled my eyes so hard they almost fell out of my brain. But yeah, I just think that she is really electric in the movie. She's like expelling a lot of energy. I was really sort of impressed with her, and that's coming from someone who generally likes Jennifer Lopez and a lot of stuff. So yeah, I want to watch it again to look at some other stuff, but yeah, I enjoyed it quite a bit.
Also think that they don't like it's not a showcase for her. You know, it's not like it doesn't exist just for her, which I think not that I thought that that was going to be the case, but even like they don't have a lot of close-up shots of her of like, oh, it's Jennifer Lopez. It's like, no, she's this character in this movie. Where'd you go, Joey?
Joey
She's this
disappeared.
character.
There he is.
She's this character in this movie. And like a character with it, it's not like I mean, that's also Bill Condon's great direction that he knows not to be like, it's Jennifer, like, let's do a close up. Like, it's, they have like, you're seeing her as this old fashioned Hollywood actress. Her voice is different. Like, she sounds different when she speaks. She's not Jennifer Lopez. I thought, at least. I was really impressed. I was impressed with the acting across the board. I saw some people say that like, oh, imagine if they would have had a budget. And I'm like,
No, they did. That's part of the problem. They had why it wouldn't sell is it was too high
yeah.
budget. It was
And I'm
like
just
it
like,
cost 50 million.
right. I'm like, what else would you have done? I don't understand that. But I I thought that Tonatua, that's his name, Tonatua,
Mm-hmm.
Tonatua. He's really good. Like really pops. Diego Luna is always good, but like this is just another reminder of like, hey, look at him. Like I like the music. I thought it just felt like it was from today. I felt like this is an old story, but it felt like very timely. Um I just was really impressed. It's probably one of the best movies I've seen this year. I just really really took to it and I like that very queer and very, you know, you're right, it is about queer people standing of a woman. Like
Yeah,
it's the gayest movie of the year. Like it really is. And that's complimentary, obviously.
I
Um,
about Diego Luna, first I say this not as a dig at him in terms of height coming from me who is short, but like there were so many times that I was actually really excited, especially towards the end when he isn't uh in the film. Clarence, he people play so many different people
Right.
in the whatever. But when you see him like standing next to J Lo, it's like, oh my god, they're the same height. Like, and she's in like probably gigantic heels, and I actually like that as a short person, seeing a short person like being able to hold their own with someone like J. I kept thinking that about that a lot. Tonatia is like this is one of their first things that they've ever done, and they get to perform and dance and serenade and like be J Lo's acting partner. I thought that was really exciting for that. I was
yeah.
excited for them to see that. Um, and also the number that I love, I can't remember what the song is called, but it's the song where uh J Lo as Aurora is singing about like don't look at certain things. Where they're in the prison and it's like hot men in sparkly outfits on platforms dancing, and they're like, people are gonna get electrocuted, but look
Oh,
over here.
Where You
That
Are.
song. Where You Are, thank you. I thought that was like beautifully staged.
Hmm.
I will say that I saw it yesterday on a Sunday afternoon at like 4:30, and I was just like really discouraged that there was me, Jason, one of our friends, and two other people in the theater. It was just really sad.
So the reviews were good. They weren't,
Hmm.
outstandingly raves, but there were good reviews. She got in raves, right?
Yeah.
Everybody has talked. Even people who didn't like the film said that she's at least very good, if not great. But a film that is relatively high profile hasn't bombed like this in a long, long time. Like it didn't even make $1 million. It opened at
No.
1,300 screens and it didn't even make $1 million. It made $800,000, $600 per screen average. Why?
I do think marketing was a problem because I don't think like I mean I know she was places, but like why weren't they on like this is a political film. Why wasn't Tanatua on Daily Show? Why wasn't, like places where people would because I was telling my mother and my mom and dad about it, and they were like, "Oh, I want to see that. That sounds interesting." But they didn't know that it was out. Like a lot of people didn't know, I think. Like we obviously know because that's what we care about. But like I think the average moviegoer probably didn't know that it existed. And I know it's not like fun like Chicago, but I think that's a terrible comparison. Like this is a very like I had one of those like I think I felt like the end reminded me of Les Mis a little bit. Like I had like a wow, like oh wow, like um I know that's probably Joey's probably break his heart is like I can't believe you just said that, but like I just had I
What a
really
re-
like
what a really homophobic thing to say, Megan.
it was it was I really liked the ending. I was just like very I thought it was very powerful. And it has so many political themes going on and I just feel like they dropped the ball by not like I don't know, hitting some of these places that where people would want
Hmm.
like I don't even put J-Lo on Bill Maher. I don't know. Like
Yeah, I feel like she didn't do the normal circuit that a star of her caliber would do.
yeah.
And it didn't even cross over. Like I understand why it didn't make the middle America. I understand that
Yeah.
completely. This is not a film
No.
for the average audience. This is not, somebody that would go see Tron Ares would not go see this movie, right? But it didn't do well on the coasts. It didn't do well in New York. Like it didn't cross over to audiences that like musicals.
Yeah.
I just, I think it isn't the marketing that is a
Yeah.
huge part. The commercials the few commercials that I saw that aired in my market, it was basically Diego Luna and J Lo talking about oh, this is a movie, that celebrates the movie musical. And they were just selling it on does on a tagline that like nobody cares about that. Like that's
Right.
not going to bring people
Yeah.
into the theater, is to go and because if there's something that American filmgoers love, it's the movie musical.
Right. That's why I'm surprised they didn't like they should have just targeted angry liberals.
The problem with
Mm.
that, I think,
Yeah.
may have been that they changed so much of it. They depoliticized a lot of it because the original stage show is much more political than what I hear about the film.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I mean, I think this one is socially political in ways. Like I mean,
Mm.
there's a lot of stuff that I thought I know that there were some people that didn't like some of the changes to the character, like one character to Melina. But
Mm.
I just thought it felt very timely and very just like yeah, I thought there's sometimes when they make a musical and you're like, oh, they didn't need to do this. You know what I mean? Like even we struggled with Are You There, God? It's Me, Margaret, because that was I mean, I'm glad they made that into from a book to a movie, but it felt like
Mm.
it wasn't going to resonate with audiences of today because of even though it should because of religion, and that's still a problem, and people being, you know, anti-Semitic and people be like that, but it didn't kind of drive that point home. I think that was I think if I just feel like that was a book that probably came too late. We talked about that I think in a podcast.
Yeah.
And but this one feels like, oh wait, no, this is actually a good time for this. This was the right moment for a film like this.
I think that I mean the movie has a lot of unfortunate political themes in terms of like, hey, we're just throwing queer people in jail. Like that is hope that's not a premonition. Um but I think that I've sort of said this. I may have said it on the podcast. I know I've said it to Clarence that I thought the release in terms of first of all, I don't think they should have released it wide.
Mm-mm.
I mean, it was only on 1,300 screens. I was looking at the box office for this week. Like, it came in at number 12. The Long Walk, which is also a Lionsgate movie, which has been out for, let me see, 5 weeks now, was above it. It is on 100 less screens than Kiss of the Spider Woman. Um, Soul on Fire, the movie about I don't care what it's about. Anyway, but a movie that I've never heard of.
It's a
Conjuring
religious
Last
themed movie, I
Right.
think.
Yeah. Um, it just beat Downton Abbey, the grand finale. I think it's weird that it debuted at Sundance. I think it's weird
Yeah.
that it did, like even if it debuted at Sundance, I feel like it didn't play any other festival.
Right.
Like
It should have.
it
I was thinking it should have been another festival.
It should have
should
been a
have been at
Telluride.
TIFF.
It should have been a Telluride
Or
or TIFF.
TIFF.
Yeah,
TIFF,
one or
yeah.
the other.
I think TIFF
agree.
is a lot more. I think TIFF would have been perfect for J Lo to go because they have huge movie stars like J Lo.
Yeah, you're right.
Um,
Telluride, I can't see it being like a Telluride movie, but TIFF, yeah,
I just
Especially if
think
they're
it's,
not going to play into the politics of it.
right, yeah. Hmm.
but I don't know. That just all felt weird. I don't want to say it like it felt like they abandoned it a little bit, but I didn't know as someone who we see how things are marketed and who they're for. I didn't know what they were doing with it. I knew that it was
Yeah,
coming out in October, and I kept forgetting that it was coming out on
yeah,
the
me
10th.
too.
It should have come out, in my opinion, it should have come out in New York and LA, maybe,
Yeah.
and maybe it could have gone wide the following week, but it should have at least done something there for a little bit more friendly art house
Yeah,
crowd. It could have played in like it could have also played in somewhere like this movie would have done really well in like Miami.
yeah,
I don't know. It just felt really, really strange and it felt oddly abandoned and it feels just like, well, it's out.
yeah.
It would
I
have
agree.
benefited from that old fashioned release strategy where you go New York, LA, then you go the top 10 markets, and then you go platform, and then you go wide,
Yeah,
platform limited, and then you go wide. That
Yeah.
would
yeah, I
have been-
agree.
But because what it needed to do was to build a buzz. It had nothing. It had no buzz.
No.
It didn't.
Mhm.
It didn't have her on every TV show. It didn't have fall festival circuit when all of a sudden everything else is being consumed right now is about the fall festival circuit. So it just and plus people just right now for whatever reason people are not going to the movies that much.
Right. And not even to see Tron.
No, everything is underperforming.
Not to say anything negative about Tron, but I don't think anyone knows what Tron is supposed to be, and that's why those movies keep on. Stop making Tron movies.
I know. I was gonna say.
Jesus.
Yeah.
It's like the whole series is about like a highlighter streak. Like no one cares. Tron Ares brought to you by Staples. No.
Also, when Greta Lee shows up in the preview, I'm like, get her out of there! What are you doing? No!
I actually saw it last night with my son, and
how is it? Is it good?
Yeah, how is it?
It gets better as it goes. The opening is really, 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 really bad, and she kind of doesn't belong in there. But it
She didn't belong in the House of Dynamite either.
No, she didn't. It's a little bit less than fine. Like the special effects are good, but it's just a mess.
On a poster.
The story, I know, right? The story is just the script is a nightmare, but the visual effects are the score is great.
The score sounded amazing from the trailer. I was like,
but you just keep going back to the fact that, okay, the last Tron movie we had was in 2010, and then before that it was in 1982. Why am I still seeing this? What are we doing here?
And the best Tron commentary was The Simpsons.
Yes, exactly. No.
I feel like there really needs to be a Tron Ares poster where it just says Clarence Moy from the contending said,
It's below fun.
No, below fine. Fine.
I thought you said fun.
Oh, okay.
Oh my God.
And then if you're going to make a niche sci-fi sequel to a movie that hasn't had a sequel since 2010, then you're going to cast Jared Leto in it. And that,
right.
What are we doing here? What are we doing here? Joey, you're making me seasick.
Yeah, I was going to say, what is going on?
You bitch.
Also, I mean, this is a different podcast, but how has Jared Leto not been canceled yet? That's a different podcast, but
anyway,
so many things against.
Let's jump very quickly
right now.
We're running short on time, so let's jump very quickly to. Do we want to talk about Monster, or do we want to just very quickly talk about Monster? Have we all seen?
I've seen one episode.
I've seen
one.
Okay.
So, Monster, the Ed Gein Story, is another in the Monster / series of Ryan Murphy limited series exploring bad people, essentially, or in the beginning state it was Dahmer. The second one was the Menendez brothers, and that is a bit complicated, I think, in its reaction to who is the monster, who is the real monster there. And this, of course, is very specific monster is Ed Gein, who was lived in the Midwest during the 50s and 60s, who essentially was the inspiration for Psycho, Silence of the Lambs, and the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, in that he liked to dig up bodies, flay them of their skin, and dance around the house wearing their skin because he missed his mother. I'm being overly simplified, of course.
We've all been there.
But, I was very excited about this because I didn't know how they were going to handle it. I was very anxious to see how a Ryan Murphy production would handle that subject matter, because it would require something of a sensitive touch. And I don't think that Ryan Murphy productions have a sensitive touch. But then, being a Ryan Murphy production, you all of a sudden saw, they're going to go into the story of Alfred Hitchcock and Anthony Perkins, and they're going to talk about Anthony Perkins' homosexuality and his relationship to Ed Gein, and then you're going to talk about the making of Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and then I hear there are some allusions
that's what
to
they do?
Yeah. They go into all of the art pieces of art that this inspired. So it's talking about not only the gore of the crime, but the legacy of the crime.
Okay, that's interesting. I didn't realize that.
Yeah. I know David reviewed it for the site, and David liked the filmmaking stuff, not the Ed Gein stuff. I liked it better than he did. I don't think it's a great series, but I think it's very creepy. It's very atmospheric. I think it is told well. I don't know that I enjoy it, but I'm very compelled to watch it. I think it's fascinating, and it does get better when you get to the Anthony Perkins and Alfred Hitchcock sequences. I actually wanted much more of that. That only lasts for 2 episodes. I was very disappointed that it was so short. Yeah. Um, the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I've seen 5 episodes. Texas Chainsaw Massacre, from what I've seen so far, feels kind of thrown in. So I don't know where this is going to end up in terms of wrapping up the allusions to art that this has inspired. But I think it's good. It hasn't disappointed me. What do you guys think?
I liked the first episode. I was a little thrown off by uh how old is Ed Gein supposed to be in that
He's
episode?
supposed to be young. He's like early 20s, late. He teenager, early 20s, I think.
Okay, because he looks so much older than
Yeah,
Susanna Son. So that
yeah.
was confused. I'm like, is he? And I'm getting like a mice and men vibe from him, and I don't necessarily like. I don't see him as a
Oh,
monster yet. He's done monstrous things,
oh,
but I don't see him as like this he seems slow and
you
like
don't have to wait long. You'll see it in episode 2.
okay, because he doesn't seem like he's all there and doesn't understand things. So I felt for him. I felt bad.
Hmm.
Well, that's
You're both looking at me like I'm a monster.
No,
no. I think that's
I've
always
been telling
what
you that for
that.
years.
I think that's what these shows tend to do. I didn't
Yeah,
watch all of Dahmer just because it was so dark that I couldn't get
It's
through it. I just
grimy. Well,
yeah.
gross. It's also disgusting. Like that
But
was
you
probably one of the most disgusting shows I've ever seen. Like,
yes,
yeah,
but there was a sense of it's almost like Ryan Murphy wants to play with sympathy for the devil, that kind of thing. Not the song,
yeah,
but the act. The act of having sympathy
yes,
for a really bad person.
yes,
He is I can see how you think that because he is mentally disturbed in some way. Like
yeah,
he has very deeply seated issues caused by his mother, caused by his upbringing, and
yes,
it's the 1950s, so there's no way to deal with any of this stuff. They didn't
yeah,
even they buried everything and suppressed everything, and it comes out in this really weird. I'm not saying what he did was right or what he did was justifiable, but that you can look at the reasons behind it, and
yeah.
it's because of this mental
No
illness.
support, pretty
Yeah,
much, like
yeah.
to deal with any of
Well, he
it.
was
Yeah,
isolated. He was his mother. There's stuff there with his mother.
yeah,
Joey, what did you think?
yeah. What do you think, Joey?
I will say the first episode, I was just like, okay, wow, that was a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and then,
His butt. Did you enjoy that?
you know, showing a butt just to show a butt, I think it's getting. I mean, strictly in a Ryan Murphy sense, is not like all these people like I get gay emails that are like, "Did you hear Charlie Hunnam showed his butt?" I was like murdered people. It's getting a lot. Like I'm not.
I'm sure they were all saying, "Can I say something? Can I say something?"
No, but if everybody wants to see Charlie Hunnam's butt, watch the first episode of Queer as Folk from the UK from like 2000, whatever. You see his butthole get licked. So watch that. Earning that parental advisory warning on this episode.
Wow.
If you want to see that, if you want to see Twink Charlie Hunnam get a rim job, Queer as Folk is for you. Um, episode 2, which deals with Psycho and Hitchcock's relationship with Anthony Perkins. I find that fascinating.
Yes.
I feel like you could even mine an entire movie or hour-long something about how because I was like Googling like crazy in the middle of watching the episode. I was like, did Alfred Hitchcock know that Anthony Perkins was gay? And apparently he did. And he sort of is just like, because of the time of how people viewed homosexuality, the way that they would express to gay people, or talk about gay people in terms of like, well, you're perversions, you're disturbed. That's how everybody talks in the show, by the way, in case anybody's wondering. That is an accurate representation of the accent work. But the I find that brutally fascinating. I'm Now that you say that is only like 2 episodes, I'm going to be really nervous to go back into the flaying of the skin and the Nazi imagery and the human flesh lampshades, chair seats with nipples on them. So
Or the did you get to the freezer full of vulvas?
I took a video of Alfred.
It's really gross.
There's a scene, Megan, where Alfred Hitchcock takes Anthony Perkins onto the set, like the accurate set of Ed Gein's home, and they're like, "Take a video." I'm gonna put it on TikTok. You'll see it. Where they're like,
Okay.
the way you see.
Do you have commentary on it too? I always love your.
No, but I should. But seeing Tom Hollander
watch it again with commentary, please.
in like his like insane prosthetic face, going, "Those are 8 dismembered vulvas." I don't even know what accent that is, but he says, I took a video of it and I had to make sure to stop the video before said prosthetic vulvas popped up on screen because I didn't want to get people mad at me on TikTok. But I'm intrigued by it, but I'm going very slowly. Yeah. My friend who I work with told me, she asked me where I was. I was like, I'm on episode 2. And she's like, episode 3. She said, there's something with the babysitter and it's fucking disgusting and disturbing. And I was like, great. Can't wait. Can't wait.
Oh, there's something that is so perversely funny and disturbing all at once that I'm just like, I don't even know how to process. I don't know how to react to it. It's a lot. There's a scene that's a lot where he Anyway, I don't want to spoil anything.
Do the vulvas come back?
I haven't seen the vulvas again yet.
Ah.
The freezer full of vulvas.
I couldn't find the freezer full of vulvas on IMDb, so maybe that's their only part. A cameo.
That's also the name of my one-woman show, A Freezer Full of Vulvas.
Well, it's the name of my band, my all-lesbian band, A Freezer Full of Vulvas.
I do like Tom Hollander as Hitchcock. I think he, in the probably sewn together the 45 minutes of Hitchcock material that you get across the 2 or 3 episodes. It is better than the entire film that came out with Anthony Hopkins and Helen Mirren.
I was gonna say that it was like, did you want to see Hitchcock, but don't really like Helen Mirren? Watch 12 Minutes of Monster season 3.
But he's really good, and the guy that plays Anthony Perkins is very good. Charlie
he was on American Crime. He was one of the bullies in season 2 who bullied Connor Jessup.
Wow, I can't believe you
Joey Polari.
Wow, you have a really good memory.
I just know who gay people are.
You're making me want to watch this show, though. Like,
watch episode 2 because there's something how they tackle the shower scene. Mm-hmm. From Psycho, I was like riveted by that, how they did that. And it's directed by Max Winkler, who's been sort of.
Max Winkler did the first one too.
Yeah, he did like he's worked on I think the last season he worked on Menendez Brothers, he worked on Grotesquerie. He's very much he's a really good fit for like the Ryan Murphy universe, I think.
Also Vicky Creeps showing up.
I was like, recognize her.
I kept thinking, how would she? Is she slumming it? like, I just feel like she could do whatever she wants. Why is she in this?
Neither of you are ready for Leslie Manville.
She's on this
Leslie
too.
Manville, yes, she is his last victim, and she is wild.
Phantom Thread reunion.
It is a wild.
Does Daniel Day-Lewis play the freezer full of vulvas?
I say nothing. I know nothing.
Oh wow,
she is wild in it. I'll just say that.
I can't. Okay, now I have to keep watching this. Great. Thanks.
Someone give Leslie Manville a film role, please.
Yeah, I love her.
If you ever wanted to see Charlie Hunnam and Leslie Manville go doggy style, this is your opportunity.
That is exactly what I wanted.
Yeah, I'm gonna mark that off my list.
Yes.
Bucket list, check.
Good for
I have no
you.
idea what the Television Academy is going to do with this. Um, I really don't. This is all over the place. I just don't
I
even
feel like we
know.
thought that about Menendez brothers too, but Menendez
Yeah, but
brothers,
they
I was,
clearly, yeah.
Well,
Or don't you
but
remember the dream sequence and Joey and I did live we were watching clips and recording it and talking back and forth. That was one of my most fun memories, like from last year, I think. I loved it.
um, well, I didn't
no
see
comment.
Menendez Brothers, so no idea. But
We'll
I have
send you
no
the
idea.
links to the TikToks.
Yeah, we'll let yeah.
They're insane. That's the only Menendez
Very
brother stuff you need to watch.
homoerotic. It's gonna make you very uncomfortable because I was very uncomfortable.
I
Yeah.
was very comfortable.
I can only imagine.
Wow.
I'm sure once we finish it, we'll come back to the conversation about what the Television Academy will do. Megan, give us a couple of minutes on the chair company to wrap
Sure, it
up.
won't take me too long. I do want to say that I want this officially to be the start of Tim Robinson's Outstanding Actor in a Comedy Series campaign for an Emmy because I think he's incredible. The Chair Company is, if you like Tim Robinson, you'll like this. He stars as this guy named Ron who has this big presentation he's supposed to give at work, and he falls out of the chair completely breaks right after the presentation in front of all these people, and he's embarrassed. And he even says something stupid like, "I guess I shouldn't have had that extra Cheez-It today." That's his line that he says. And he is just so determined to figure out why that
So
chair broke.
stupid.
Yeah. And but then when he looks up the chair company and wants to say, "Hey, your chair broke, somebody could get hurt," then people were telling him, "Don't look up the chair company. Don't, whatever you do, don't look up the chair company." So there's some sort of weird conspiracy. So now he's
Oh.
yeah, you have to see the it's so silly and dumb, but only Tim Robinson can do it. But it's also emotional too because his daughter, played by Sophia Lillis, is getting married. And
Okay.
so he he's watching there's this great scene where he's watching this montage to Jim Croce's I Got a Name, and it's his daughter and his kids and stuff, and he's looking at YouTube comments of the song, and they're like, "Life goes by too fast," and he's crying, and he's like, "It fucking does." He's just commenting on it and crying and sobbing, and it's so funny, but I'm like, it's emotional too. Tim Robinson is such a good comedic actor. So I implore everybody to watch it. I think it's great. I'm also obsessed with the old man on it who has he decides that he's gonna start blowing bubbles at work because it makes him happy. So he has a little necklace with bubbles and he just blows on it all day and everybody's just looking at him. It's so silly, it's so great. So the Emmy campaign for Tim Robinson starts now. And that's all I gotta say.
Excellent. All right, let's jump to the flash forward to the media we are most anticipating in the upcoming weekend. We're going to keep this fast. Joey, go.
I'm started Your Favorite Scary Movie by Ashley Collins. And I never finished Fall of the House of Usher. So Jason and I have been watching it this week. Megan, go, pass.
I have screeners that I need to watch. I'm trying to think. Just probably catching up on TV, and that's about it. I finally watched the Perfect Neighbor documentary, which we can talk about at a later date, which is really good. So I've got some screeners to watch of other documentaries, and that's about it.
All right. Nothing in the film world that I am looking forward to. I do want to see Spider-Woman, but I'm waiting. I might go see it in the theater just because I want to go to a theater and be by myself. And TV, I want to finish Monster, Halloween Baking Championship, of course. I did not know how much I needed 911 Nashville in my life until last Thursday night. It is quite possibly the worst television it is the worst television show I have ever seen in my life, but it is so amazing in every way. It's so inexplicably bad in its filming.
Another pull quote.
Yeah. And it's construction and its writing and its performances. You have Leanne Rimes playing a white trash.
No.
Hung up country singer. No.
No. We reject this. We reject.
You have a scene in which a cadre of a bride and her bridesmaids are riding one of those scooter, the booze, cycling booze things down a street in Nashville, and it gets out of their way and they run into traffic and they get hit by a car. And then it says 911, bridesmaids bloodied on Broadway.
Oh my God.
I hate it.
It does look like something. I have watched it before. I watched it like a baby.
No, this
went
is
down
brand new. This is brand new show. But
it's like, but I know that it's crazy, is what I'm saying. Like the format is like the craziest stories. Yes.
Right. So the 911 that has aired for like 9 years, that is now on ABC, is Citizen Kane compared to the show. Because it has Angela Bassett saying things like, "That's a damn serial killer." So anyway, I need that in my life. It's Thursday nights. And books, I am reading the soon-to-be Jennifer Lawrence and Leonardo DiCaprio film, What Happens at Night, which will be directed by Martin Scorsese. If I had to write a tagline, it would be Revolutionary Road taking place at the Overlook Hotel.
Oh, I'm in.
Oh,
Is this based on something? Is this a book?
It's a book. Yes, that's
What
the
is
book.
it?
I'm reading the book. It's
Sorry,
What
and the
Happens at
title is?
Night by Peter
Happens?
Cameron.
What happens at night? I'm literally ordering
there
that
we
right
go.
now.
So does that cover it?
Yeah.
Yes. I also
Right.
realized the thing I'm most looking forward to is getting my remote so I can watch my TV.
Oh my God.
And putting it in a high place so that Doggy
Yeah,
can't
putting it in a
see it.
high place. Yeah. So
All right. So let's get the hell out of here. So we are the 3Ms, the contending co-founders, Clarence Moy, Megan McLaughlin, and Joey Moser. Thanking you for joining us, asking you to remember to rate us, click like and subscribe on the video on YouTube or Apple Podcasts or Spotify or wherever you find us, and wishing you a very pleasant tomorrow.